Hey everybody, it's Malia Scott and I am back with another video with the stories of my life. I entitled this video, I believe I saw my grandmother drop dead. And that sounds like harsh, right? But I sort of did. Like, yeah, I sort of did. It's really tragic. It's really sad that a young girl had to go through, what I've been through. But I've seen it, heard it all before, so I'm sharing. With these videos, I don't want nobody to misunderstand me, with these videos that I'm doing. It's important to me, it's important to my life. I feel like God is telling me literally to do the videos, especially of my life, as well as have fun with my dance videos and my rapping videos and all the stuff I love to do, right? And I just pray every day for understanding, and I pray for healing and for everybody else's healing, because I know I'm not the only one that's been through these situations. Now, if I am the only one that's been through this situation, well, that's deep, so yes, story time, right? So basically, I don't remember what age I was. I either was between 10 or 10, 11, and 12. Like, I remember I had to be I probably was like 10 or 11, and I was still living in a neighborhood where I grew up, and at the time, and I remember running in the house, and I was running from my little brother, and I was running from my little brother, that's 4 years older than me, for those who know, and 4 years younger than me, and we was playing tag or whatever we was playing outside, and I was like, I got a thing in my head. I'm like, oh, I want to get a snack or something like that, and a snack to me was like dry cereal at the time. So, and other snacks, but I like that. I like the dry cereal. And I don't know why. More of the struggle. That's another video. And so I ran in the house, right, and my grandmother was in there, and I guess she opened up the door or whatever the case may be, and I just zoomed in, and my brother went right past my grandmother too, and just like was hitting me and stuff, and I was hitting him back like, stop. And so then, basically like, stop, I need to take a break. So then he ran back outside, and my grandmother started yelling, and I don't know, I guess it was like a mental illness or whatever the case may be, because I'm like, now, being older, I'm like, what the hell was she yelling for? Like it was no reason to be yelling. We was playing, you know what I'm saying? So, but that goes to show you how the mental run in certain people, especially people that's in poverty, is deep and like that. And so just yelling. And I mean, so I ran into the kitchen, and because I don't really think I had like much respect for my grandmother either. So, because she acted like most of the time she didn't care about me or whatever the case may be. So I just was like, ran in the kitchen. I went and got some cereal and stuff like that. And, I started eating it. And so it was like, I guess my grandmother, she had to go in the back to probably snitch on me and my brother or whatever the case may be. I guess it was a window out there and in the back. And I guess she went to go like yell and call my mother, because I kind of heard her calling my mother like, Connie, blah, 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 blah. Like, I guess she was bored and didn't have nothing to do. So it's sad. But so she did that. And so then she came, I guess, walking back, and I heard her like yelling and screaming and walking back. So I'm eating the cereal in the kitchen, and all I hear is like just a drop. And I'm just like, so I kind of already, my 10, 11-year-old self already kind of knew it had to be some sort of body. Like, you know what I'm saying? Just that big. Like that sound was crazy. It wasn't like some crayons falling on the floor or something like that. And so I had rushed out to the living room, and I had seen my grandmother just laying there, like, and that was crazy. So then I just was like, I didn't know if she was dead or not, but I just was like, all right, so I went out to the door, and I went out the door, ran out through the hallway, and then right there, my mother was coming up or whatever the case may be. So then I opened up the door, and for her, and she was like, "What happened?" And I'm like, "Grandma fell out." And so then she went to the apartment, and she seen her, and then I guess they called 911. And then as they was waiting, my mother or somebody called 911. I don't know. And I was just standing there, whatever, like that, because nobody thought to, like, you know, tell me to stay out or get out or whatever the case may be, because, you know, how much did anybody care about me? Remember, I was born out of spite. So you have to keep that in mind with a lot of the stories that I'm going to tell you guys about me and what I've been through. And so I just was there, standing there, whatever the case may be. And when my mother came back in the house, she didn't seem really too sad or whatever the case may be. I don't know, maybe I had to sink in or whatever, I don't know. And she had blamed me for it. She was like, "It's because of you. It's because of you." And I knew this was all like her being a demonic figure, like being, you know, a normal, everyday devil worshiper. A devil worshiper would make you feel like you are the blame for this. And it's so funny. And because as, once the EMS came and they was pumping her, I guess to see if she was going to live or not, and, you know, pumping her a chest or whatever like that, doing CPR. And I thought about when my aunt told me that, grandma didn't really like her that much or whatever. I'm like, it's sad for all of us, isn't it? And then I remember that same aunt cursing out my grandmother and telling her to drop dead, like drop dead, you could drop dead. And the only thing I could get from that is like, well, I'm glad my aunt defended herself, because it's not easy having a mother that act like they don't love you or don't show it and put you to a bunch of bull, and then you gotta still love them. It's not easy. So, that story for me was traumatic, and, was more like getting blamed for it, which was sad. And it shows how, like, evil my mother really was. And, to blame a child 10 to 11 years old that had nothing to do with anything. And, I just keep praying to God. I don't feel sorry for myself. I don't really care. I just care for other people to heal, because I want people to, like, see my strength and, know that it's okay. Like, you don't have to be, weak. You don't have to feel sorry for yourself. It's not your fault, and especially if you were young and a young child, or, and you're not responsible for certain, things that you do and stuff like that. And that's the story. I pretty much saw my grandmother pass away right in front of my eyes. It was deep, Yep. But I just pray to continue healing and have that understanding. I just pray I have you guys understanding, and I pray you guys continue to heal with me. Thank you for listening.